Jumping straight into this bitch with a bit of scuffed editing because I forgot to do one thing. Properties. Excuse the scuffed editing. Perfect. There we go, and I should hopefully be able to see chat here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Galen, say hi.
Bleh.
Perfect. Galen's dead. I forced him to do this. He loves it.
That's not true. Galen's currently shiny hunting for Screamtail.
Okay, Galen, we have 7 tiers and 107 Pokemon. Let's do this. Also, where the fuck's Aiden at? I need him to plug.
He's in school, dipshit.
No, he's not. It's fucking 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And his ass
Never
isn't at
stops him from
school.
being at school.
Well, he's always at school. He stays in a fucking dorm like a dipshit. Anyway, so let's. Well, like first up on the list is Tinkatink. So I guess we're starting with the Lolly.
It's a good mon, but its stats don't get up to par, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, as a baby form, it does. It's just this form, its stats aren't the best because it's in like what speed and special defense, with just attack.
Move is amazing.
Yeah, I mean it compensates for that. I'll put the final form in good in my personal opinion, and I think the other two are more meh. I think it got better.
Oh, also, I saw leaks for the DLC.
Cool. We'll talk about that later, Galen.
No, sadness.
Dumbass. Yeah, definitely think Tinkatink and Tinkatonk. No, what was its name? Tinkaton, Tinkatink. Tinkatuff. Tinkatuff. There we go. Anyway, yeah, these two are meh. I do like Tinkaton though. Can't speak. Charcadet. Somewhat of a bitch
amazing
to evolve.
Mon on both sides. Annoying evolution, horrible shiny.
We're not taking shinies into account, thankfully. I plan on doing a different tier list in the future for the shinies.
I was like, if we were, that would drag that thing way down.
On its own, though, I think it is also in the good tier. Ceruledge, I think, is fantastic. I think it has a better design than the Armoroge. I don't know how to describe it. I just think the purple works better, but Armoroge or Armoroge, however the fuck you say his name, it looks more of the natural evolution.
Not really, because he's much more red in his first form.
Is he though? Because
Yeah,
he has red on the body.
Most of his body is red. The only bit of like purple is near the top of the flame.
Uh-huh. What are you talking about here? Confusion?
Color-wise, he looks a lot more like Armourouge.
That's what I fucking said, dumbass. I said Armoroge or Armoroge, however the fuck you say it, looks more like the natural evolution. Dipshit. Yeah, no, Ceruledge doesn't look anything like a proper evolution, but I honestly think that's why I like it more, because it gives it a bit more of a change than just growing taller and donning a set of armor. He looks more cursed. I don't know. I've come to like that one more. I also don't like Armarouge's signature move that he got. I think it's dog shit. It's a fire type Draco Meteor. It's not even worth it. Plus, this one's more defensive in general. This one's still more offensive, so I think this one works better. Even though he has really high special
We
attack.
checked its stats. It is not more defensive. It is highly special attack.
No, no, no. I know it's highly special attack, but like if I'm not mistaken, it's still like the rest of its stats are more into defense than something like speed. I could be wrong there though. I'm not 100%. I can actually shit. Wrong thing to open. I'm actually curious now. I'm gonna look it up. Because I know Cerulege has decent defenses, but it's nothing. Yeah, 125, 100 in physical, or 80 in special. How does that compare to Cerulege? Because now I'm curious. If they're the same, then I'm actually be shocked if they're just flipped. Yeah, no, that's the difference. Cerulege has an extra base 10 in speed, but has the same defense stats. So Cerulege isn't as bulky as Armarouge by just slight margins. I will say weak armor makes them pretty decent as well. Hey, I'll put them in the same category, sure. Fuck it. Okay, we're to your boy now, Galen.
Which one?
The mushroom. The walking mushroom.
That guy is amazing.
I think it's good. I like its design. It's kind of derpy, but its next form, I think it's like the same level of good, but I don't think it's anything fantastic or anywhere near perfect.
I will say I love both of its shinies.
Yeah, as I said, topic for a different time. Now we're on to
I'm
King
currently
Gambit.
shiny hunting, so that's why.
I know. Now we're on to King Gambit.
I hate how he moves.
What do you mean?
How he moves in the overworld, I hate it.
I haven't seen it.
He slides around like a fucking car.
That's funny. I will say that I like that it's an evolution to Bisharp. I think my issue is they took what was great about Bisharp and messed it up, but I also understand why. I felt like
They
this should.
made him a Shogun. I would have rather they've gone a Paladin route or a Knight.
I would have rather them gone with rather a Knight route, a Rook route, or like a King route. Which they
Or
went
King.
a King route, but they put most of its stuff into bulk. It should have been more of a somewhat speedy attacker. And I just don't.
Yeah, but its ability takes care of the attack.
Yeah, well, no, it has great attack already. The issue is its speed is not that fantastic at all. So I definitely think that this one, I'll give it good because its design is fantastic. I like its design. It's just I feel like it falls short in certain other areas, like speed stat. Now we're on to the Wooper evolution.
I love him. He's perfect. You don't get to say anything bad about him.
I'm not gonna say anything bad. I don't think he's perfect. I do think he's fantastic though. He
His
just,
hidden horn.
dude, the fact that this fucker gets Mega Horn is fucking stupid.
Snorlax gets Mega Horn, so.
It does, doesn't he?
Yes? Did you not know?
No. Then again, Snorlax gets a lot of shit he shouldn't get. So. Either way, I think he's fantastic. I love Annihilate. Annihilate is fucking fantastic as well.
all the evolutions are just amazing.
So
Like I
I
don't have
miss.
any true like bad qualms with add-on evolutions this gen.
Yeah, no, I think they did them all really well. Okay, I'm gonna skip the starters because I want to save those and the legends for last. Lechonk.
Its evolution should have been named Lethic. That's it. That's my only comment.
I think Lechonk's good. I honestly think its evolutions are a downgrade. Like, I feel like it had so much potential, but for them to be just pure normal
Oh
really
God,
fucked it.
Dunsparce. I
Actually,
will
this
say
isn't Dunsparce, this is da Dunsparce.
the Dunsparce is exactly what everyone was asking for. It's not what they wanted, but we got what we asked for. So
Honestly, though, I think it makes sense how they did it. I'm not mad about it. The issue is I wish they would have done more than added another body to it. I feel like they could have done some other cool things with like the drill on its tail than what they did. But I don't think it's bad. I just think it's. Bro, can I drag the fucker? I just think it's meh in terms of design and everything. It's also not that great in like battles and shit.
I will say I love Tarantula and its evolutions designs.
Oh, here.
Oh, its stats suck.
So, I think Tarantula. I think it has a meh design. It's just a spider with a web on its back. I wish they would have done more. Now, what was the fuck? Spidops? Was that the name of the? I'm sorry, this shit's bad. I hate its
Why?
design. I hate the fact that uh, Tarantula literally has a giant web on its back, and it looks like it literally does nothing. Like when it evolves, it literally has nothing to do with it, and it makes me super sad because it's such a big part of its original design. Also, on top of that, this thing just fucking sucks in terms of battles. It's like the worst fighting mon in this entire generation.
It's
That
not a fighting type.
Well, mon in terms of fighting. I said that wrong. Whatever the fuck. Point is it sucks at fucking battling. It's the worst one in this generation by far. Great shiny, but again, those are topics for a different time. I think it's bad. I think they should have done something with the spider web or not like done something different, give it another type, some shit to make it stand out. Right now, this shit's just a worse Ariados. Okay, up next,
Perfect.
Nimble and Lockix. Nimble, I fucking love. I think he's good, and then Lockix is fucking fantastic.
Mm.
They're just. I like the common writer aspect of them. I like the fact of,
Well,
they have the extra
especially
legs.
yeah, it's interesting.
His
The
signature
dark
move
beetle.
is also super funny because it's not even a bug or dark type move. It's a fighting type move,
Mhm.
being axe kick, and that shit's just a better high jump kick. So yeah, no, I highly like them. It also gets swarm for extra bug stab. So if you like tear a bug on top of already regular bug stab, on top of if it's low HP, that's 3 stabs to bug pretty much. It's fucking stupid. And this thing gets first impression, sucker punch, um, a couple of physical dart moves. I forgot all the one I ran off the top of my head. It gets I don't know if it gets leech life. I know it gets what was it, lunge? Yeah. So I
And pounce.
yeah, pounce. Shit's funny. Anyway, I think this thing is fan fucking tastic. I love it. It's shinies. That's a different topic. On
Shiny's all right. You give it too much crap.
I don't like Nimble's shiny. I like low kicks just because it turns more to a gold yellow as opposed to piss yellow. As I said,
Anyway,
that's just On to the dung beetle.
I love him.
I'm sorry. I think he's good. I think both of them are just good. I don't think its evolution is fantastic because I don't get
Mm.
the whole fucking giant orb.
Annie, Grievard. Its design's lacking, but in terms of power, it is the first Mon from Gen 9 to be banned from competitive.
Did Smoke on ban it?
Yes, it was the first one because of its special move and its ability used together.
I don't know its ability. Let me check some shit.
Its hidden ability is Sand Rush, and so you pair it with the T-Tar, you swap out, you get the Sand Rush. And then it has a move called Final Respects
Respects.
that gains more power based on the amount about how many of your fellow Mons have fainted, and it basically was one-shotting everything. Did not matter.
What the name is the? Oh, I mean it got banned at Ubers. Here's my thing though. Actually, Sandrush isn't even its hidden. Sandrush is its regular. Fluffy is its hidden.
Oh, that's worse for it.
So here's my take on this though. Its speed is low, so it does need Sandrush. Um, the thing is with Last Respects is it's a ghost type move.
There are ways around that shit.
No, not if you're running this in like that type of team. There's really not. Unless you're doing some really weird niche janky bullshit that would never work. Yeah. You'd have to like what is it? Target ring trick it onto the normal type. It's good. Don't get me wrong. I just think if you have any type of mon to whittle it down or a normal type, this thing is dog shit. Because does it even have any other good physical moves? That I mean, it gets one, two. I guess it gets the fangs. That's its biggest thing it gets. Okay. Well, first off, in terms of Grievard, I don't like Grievard at all.
That's just a personal opinion, bitch.
It is. I'm sorry, its head is just way, or its mouth, not really necessarily, it's just its head. Its mouth is just way too fucking big. I hate it. And despite his competitive prowess, I'm gonna put Houndstone in meh. Not only because it's good and competitive, I hate its like if it wasn't for it being good and competitive, I would literally throw that shit in terrible. I fucking hate that design. I fucking hate that. But because it's good and competitive, I'll put it in meh. You know what? I'll give Grievard the same treatment. Actually, I'll put him in good because his design's not terrible. It's just not good, but because it also gets last respects, I'll give it good. I'll bump them up solely because of competitive. Flittle.
That goes into the worst. It doesn't matter.
I don't know. What is Flittle's shit as a baby? I just need to keep Showdown up. That way I can check competitiveness. Because I don't think the Mon, this Mon specifically, is that good. I think its evolution is fucking bullshit. Yeah, it doesn't get that super good ability. It does still get speed boost though, but it's already super fast for a baby. Does it get Luminous Crash by any chance at this stage? It doesn't. Fuck. Yeah, I don't think it goes in terrible, but I think it's bad. Just because it doesn't get its broken move, its attack stat's not the best, it gets outclassed by Abra. Seems like a lot of its attacks are also physical in this stage, so that also hurts it since it's a special attacker. The ostrich, though. The fuck was this thing's name? Espathra. Now, I know you hate Espathra. Which is why I named my Espathra after you that's shiny.
Can't believe you shiny hunted that shit.
Honestly, I like its shiny. Its shiny's actually pretty good. My thing is, like, its abilities are great. The fucker gets speed boost. It's already fast, but speed boost is great. Its opportunist ability is also pretty good. Frisk is its worst ability, but that's not even terrible. Uh, First off, its special move, what's it? Yeah, Lumina Crash is bullshit. That thing is 80 base power and a 100% chance to lower the opposing mon's special defense by 2. You have to have a dark type or this thing will just fuck your team. Granted, dark type is the literal best typing in the game right now. So, you probably do. But, it also gets something like Dazzling Gleam to make up for it. It gets Flash Cannon? Nunny? Galen, did you know that?
No, why would I know that about that shit?
I don't know, but that's weird. Yeah, I'll be honest, I think Espathra is good. I like its design even though you might not. It has more of an Egyptian motif to it.
Because it's meant to be Cleopatra, dude.
Yeah, I know. Which I really wish I would have. Flittle just doesn't look like it evolves into this thing at all.
No. That's why I was freaking surprised.
Yeah, doesn't look anything like this shit. But yeah, I think it's good. Up next, I'm gonna keep it real. My mascot, it's good, but it's not. It's not fantastic. As much as my personal bias says perfect, it's not. There's so many things they could have done with Draft Rig that would have been better.
I
However,
would have chewed you out if you even attempted to say that.
oh no, I'm being objective with this. However, I will say its abilities, while defensive in nature, are pretty good, especially Armor Tail. Armor Tail's fucking great. Um, it still has a pretty good moveset, still good special attack. Its speed's not the best, but you can get around it. Um, the fact that its tail goes over its head, the design isn't the best. It looks like a fucking condom. But that's okay. I love it. But yeah, it's just good. It's nothing terrible or anything. Ah, shit. Up next is Wiglet. I know Galen probably has some strong opinions on why he loves Wiglet.
I believe that's your opinion.
Nah. I mean,
JJ is in love with Wiglet.
not at all. I think Wiglet's good, but I don't think it's anything amazing. Like, it was an interesting design. Nice typing. I will say this, Wug Trio goes in meh. I'm not a fan. Like, I want to put it lower, but I don't know if Galen will fight for that or not.
I don't give a shit.
Perfect. I'm putting this shit in bad. Not terrible, just bad. The thing is a bitch to encounter. It's pure water type, so it's not even that great. And there are just better water types in the game, just outright. I also think the fact that they have it living inside a rock and it's not rock type is also stupid, but that's a topic for another time. Don Dozo. Fantastic. I refuse to accept anything less.
Mm-hmm.
Veluza.
Palooza pisses me off.
Veluza pisses me off in terms of encountering the fucker. But the mod itself isn't terrible.
I went through the trouble of shiny hunting it, so.
Me and you both. It does have a move called Sharpness, which, or not a move, an ability called Sharpness.
Ability.
Yeah.
It's the same ability they gave Gallade now.
Yeah. It's a great ability, though. I mean, it increases its power. Veluza's really good at power, but its speed, despite how fast it seems to be in the water whenever we're fucking shiny hunting or whatever the fuck, this thing is really slow. I think I'm gonna put it in meh. It's not bad, but it's just not great. But as fast as it's in the water, like its HP and its speed stats should be swapped. Because its speed is its second lowest stat, and that's just depressing. Up next, the Finizen, the baby dolphin.
I love him.
I honestly like the baby dolphin as well. Now, before we go to hero form, Palafin zero form.
It's underwhelming. I think there should have been at least a little bit more of a change.
I literally put it in terrible. Because there is literally, within this part of the form, there's one small, minute change. It doesn't even warrant an evolution. Realistically, they should have just given Finizen itself, made it a non-Evo Mon, and just had its ability be the zero to hero shit. Literally, for that sole reason, I think that design is terrible because it's not even, there's no change besides a heart. Yeah. Its hero form, on the other hand, I think it's good. I'm not a big fan of it, like, standing up like that, but I can look past it because the mon's fucking broken and competitive.
I don't know. The hero form is perfect, though. That dude's amazing.
Yeah, no, it's good. I just wish it didn't stand up like that.
No, I like him standing up, bitch.
I like him standing up, but I don't like the way they did it, where it looks like he has a cord wrapped around his tail. Like, I don't know how he would even, like, how he could, like, walk on land like that. That just... If they were gonna go human with it, they should have went, or humanoid with it, they should have went more humanoid with it. They kind of kept a weird middle ground, so it's interesting. But I still put it in good. Smoliv.
I don't really have any strong feelings for it.
I don't either. I think it's just literally the definition of a baseline Pokemon. It's not bad, it's not good, it's just there. Dolliv, though, I think is good. I like Dolliv. I think it's cute, it looks a bit more natural. However, on that note, Arboliv, I think it goes back to meh. I think Dolliv is peak of that evolutionary line. Solely because, like, Arboliv doesn't look any, like, natural evolution even in the slightest, minus it having olives on its branch. It's a good mon to use, which is why I don't, like, hate it. I don't think its design's terrible. I just wish they would have went more the waifu route with the mon, since they started going that way with Dolive. So, Capsicid, the Kappa Pepper.
It's alright.
I think it's still meh. I don't think its design is overwhelmingly good. It's just kind of there. It's also kind of annoying to fight out in the wild. The Pepper Boy, I think, is good. It doesn't look complete, though, is my issue. It would get higher if it looked like that, but it was our first fire grass type. I just wish they would have done more with it.
Feels like there should have been another evolution.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel complete. Tadbulb.
It's interesting. It's small. Not terrible in any way.
I actually think it's good. While it doesn't look like it evolves into Bellybolt, particularly, I don't think tadpoles ever look like they evolve into like frogs or toads or whatever the fuck. I think it is an interesting route that they took a light bulb and all that. I wish it was a bit bigger though, because Bellybolt is huge. Bellybolt's fantastic. I fucking love this design. It's grown on me over time. Rambo. Your dog is not happy.
He says bork, bork, bork.
Okay, but yeah, I put Bellybolt in fantastic. I like its ability. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. But it's a cool design. Iona is mine and Galen's, at least one of our waifus from the games, so.
Is anyone even in chat, dude?
I don't know. I still narrate, though. I did have someone earlier, but they might have dipped out. Without Aiden to plug, it's hard. Oh well. Anyway, continuing. The motor.
It's alright.
Its first form is annoying, but its design is good. I
like how they incorporated the other forms to them. With
yeah.
faces.
My issue with it is whenever you're in the desert, the thing zooms around and just keeps running into you, and that gets annoying. But it's still good. I love its design. Rev of Room, the car incorporation type changing of it, I thought that was cool. I wish we could have had different types of them. Like after we defeated all the Team Star, like we got those type of Rev of Room. That would have been cool. Its shiny is great, even though we're not talking about them mainly. Good abilities, great mon. The shiny you just got today, Galen, Earthworm.
Yep, he's a good boy.
He's so derpy. I actually think he's fantastic. What was it? Earth Muncher or Mud Muncher? Whatever the fuck his ability is. It's fucking stupid. It's a defensive wall.
He has 2 new abilities.
Does he?
Yeah, because one is the wind power ability.
Earthworm? Nani?
He has it. He used it against me.
No, he doesn't.
He used it against me.
Bitch, I literally have his shit pulled up. It's literally.
Say, dude.
It's literally.
That's what happened.
It's literally Earth Eater, which is the one we just talked about, and Sand Veil are its abilities. So I don't know.
The Titan had something different, dude.
Well, the Titans are their own entity. Either way, this thing's defense stat is fucking massive. The rest of its stats are not that fantastic, but it's a nice defensive wall. And it's derpy as all hell. And it's, yeah, I like it. Tandemouse.
Fuck it off. Annoying ass evolution and everything about it is just ugh.
It's one of those where the concept is really cool. It has a really good like signature move. It's just a bitch to evolve. So yeah, I think Tandem Mouse and uh, Mousehold all just go in meh. Because that evolution method's a bitch. No one should have to go through that to evolve them on. Now, on to some of our favorite Pokemon from this game, Galen. Citadel.
Mm,
Our Ice Whale Boy.
fabulous.
I actually think he is fantastic, and I will go as far as to say Cetitan is perfect. Unless you disagree.
Nah.
So they're both really good competitive wise, fantastic designs. Love them to death. Oh, time for some controversy. The pseudos.
They're good mons. You don't get to do that.
This is my ranking. Bad, meh, and then good. I'm sorry.
You literally just hate the design, dude.
No. Even looking at its stats, I think this is one of the worst pseudos we've ever gotten in terms of stats. It has okay speed, but they dumped everything into HP and attack. It's a signature move. What was it called? Dragon Glaive?
Mm-hmm.
Or no, what the fuck was it called? Something Glaive. I don't.
Yeah.
Glaive Rush. Sorry. I think that move is literal dog shit. I actually don't even think. It is literal dog shit. Remember my problem with the whole Armarouge lowering its defenses? This thing is worse. Because after you use it, the next attack, no matter what it is, can't miss. And it deals 2 times the damage.
Mm-hmm.
So its signature move is just terrible. Thermal Exchange is an okay ability. It's a free attack boost if you get hit by fire, but realistically, no one's hitting you with that, and its hidden ability is damn near useless. Unless you're running bulky, I guess. It has a decent moveset at least. I can give it that. I don't know. I put it in good just because Thermal Exchange and it's a pseudo. But I don't think it's anything fantastic. I think every other pseudo has been better. Especially coming off of Dragapult as the last pseudo. If it was coming off, what was it, Como-O, maybe I would rank it higher, but yeah. And the little form, it just doesn't look like it evolves into these forms at all. It looks like a shark got its face hit with a fucking frying pan from Tom and Jerry. I don't like it. That's just my personal view. I think Galen would rate it higher. Tatsugiri forms. I think they're all meh. Because the colors don't matter, and I'm sorry. This mon has so much potential, and just tanked. It was so unfortunate. One of its abilities is only good with Dondozo, so you're rather relying on doing a double battle, Or its other ability is it's Storm Drain. So what are you building it bulky with 68 HP? It's not great. Its best thing is its special attack. It can hit hard. That's probably the best thing of it, but its moveset's pretty ass. So like even if you can hit hard, you don't have much of an option of what to hit. Best bet is to use it as like a memento user and taunt user or some shit. As I said, not great. Cyclizard.
Mm,
I'll let you go first before I place this.
I don't really care for him. The fact that he doesn't evolve into the legends, it kind of makes me sad.
I think this thing is fantastic. I almost want to put it in perfect, but because you don't care that much for it, I'll lower it down. I know in competitive, this is the most broken motherfucker that there is. I would go as far as to say it's more broken than Houndstone.
That's an iffy statement.
No. Dude, this thing literally is everywhere. All you people do, regenerate or shed tail, fucking swap into the fish, flip turn out of the fish, since you can't hit the fucker while it's weak, go into hero form and sweep. That's all anyone seems to ever fucking do. It's literally on every competitive team I've seen since I've been playing on Showdown. This shit's annoying and broken as fuck. And I hate it. I agree with you though. The fact that it doesn't evolve into the legends saddens me. But I like kind of the route they took where it's like we have a future or past version of this mon versus anyone's could possibly evolve into this, but I digress. It still could have been done better. Um, I will say I got a shiny one that ran into my back. I didn't even see the fucker, which might make me like it a slight bit more. But yeah, I think the thing's just outright fantastic. Palmy. I don't think Galen has any particular strong feelings or
I
disliking.
hate its final evolution form.
I hate how it evolves. The issue is though is like there are other mons that also have it. So they're trying to promote the new walking with your Pokemon shit. Palmy, I think, is good. I think it's nice and adorable. It's not super strong, but it's not bad. Palmo, I think, is honestly a downgrade. I don't like that they swapped the colors of orange. It went from more of like a normal orange to a super like light orange, and I don't like that. The final form I also think is good. It gets Iron Fist, gets close combat. It's an electric fighting type. I think this is the first one we've ever had, so
It is.
I think they did it well. Also makes
However, there were mons that deserve to be one.
looks as Aurora. You're right. I also could see Electivire being one, but yeah. I think they did it well. I also think it makes this mon specifically stick out as a good Pikachu clone, as opposed to some of the others. Because I think this one even has a higher base stat total. Yeah, this is also the Pikachu clone with the highest base stat total. I don't know how it pairs up to Raichu. Actually, this thing has a higher base stat total than Raichu. By 5 points. So yeah, I definitely think this is one of the best Pikachu clones by far. I think Pachirisu is still better, but I don't hate it. And I used it on my team, so. What do you think of the Electro Bird? Baby form first.
It's alright.
Yeah,
Better than the other seagull.
fair. I will say I like that this, I think, is the first one we come across with, like, the new wind abilities. So I think it's cool, and it's obviously good with Tailwind, but it's not that fantastic in any of the rest of competitive. Uh, but it's a nice early game mon to snag. It's also the regional bird, if I'm not mistaken.
It is, but
Kinda.
you also don't really see it early on.
Yeah, it's on the seashore, so it's not super common.
Even then, it's not on like the first seashore because you can go to a couple seashores early on in the first area and it's not there.
No, it's to the secret one on the far right. It's the second one you reach. It's just not at that little alcove that you can go to next to the lighthouse. Which I think kind of takes away from it. But overall, it's not a bad mon. It gives me kind of Swellow vibes. On to one of your favorite Galen. Bombardier.
I love him.
I think this thing's fantastic. I like its ability that gives it the rock type stab or an attack boost if it uses a rock type move or whatever the fuck it was. Um, it being dark flying is nice. I feel like dark type was super oversaturated in this game, which I don't mind, but I know some do. So I think they might have made it just rock flying and then just tacked on like a dark type ability instead or some shit. But it could have definitely been worse. I liked it as a Titan as well. The Squawkabillies.
I hate him.
I think they're bad, but I will give the caveat that their abilities are really good. That's the best part about them. Everything else is pretty bad. But
So even their shiny is just ugh.
yeah, their shiny's not great. The thing is though, is they have Intimidate, Hustle, and one other really good ability. Oh, Guts. Actually, ooh, that's something I didn't know. Depending on the color, they either have Guts or Sheer Force. So they're
Uh,
not bad competitively if you choose the white or the yellow one. I will say I don't think they have damn near any moves in terms of physical because they're physical attackers. So you'd have to run what? U-turn, quick attack, brave bird, and like double edge. Not great. But it could be worse. They're bad, but they're not terrible. What's next? The Flamingo.
I love him.
I think he's good. I like the fact that he gets scrappy.
I kind of wish that he evolved though.
I don't necessarily wish he'd evolved. I wish he didn't look so basic.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they could have done so much with it. He looks like a fucking lawn flamingo that people stick in their yard. Nothing about him screams fighting. That's my only thing. But overall, I still like him. Aiden!
That's our friend's mascot. It has to go into a high tier.
I'll put it in fantastic. I think he's funny. Anger Shell is also a free fucking shell smash.
Yep.
So he might not be the best competitively, but every time I see him, I just get a fucking giggle out of it.
He's also the last Titan I have the shiny hunt.
Yeah, he has a good shiny too, but also a decent first Titan to fight. The Saltmon. I think Knackley is meh. I think Knackle Stack is bad. I don't like the fact that he looks like he's from fucking Minecraft.
Dude, who kept telling you, man?
Bruh, he looks like he's a fucking Minecraft mob. However, Garganackle, I think, is fantastic. Because his ability's fantastic. And he gets Recover. And
And there's his special move.
Salt Cure is a rock type Sand Tomb that's physical. Gets Recover, gets Rock Slide. It's just a good mon. And it's also immune to Ghost type. So yeah. Glamet and Glamora. I need to see something.
Fuckers are hard to find.
They're hard to find. In competitive, they're a must. And if you find one, they're really good. Their Glamora's move is also fucking stupid.
And its ability.
Yeah, its ability's great. It's a staple. I think their designs are pretty cool too. They're like the aliens that came with the asteroid from way back when.
Really good shiny.
Yes, great shiny as well. Shroodle.
It's not mentioned that it's an asteroid that made the crater, though, dude.
No. It's not mentioned, but I feel like it's heavily implied with how many are just there. Also, their Pokédex entry, I think, also sheds some light on it. I want to double check. If Cerebi would load. Is it under Glamora's? Oh man, Glamora and that light blue just looks great. Damn. Oh yeah, right here. It's recently become evident that its crystallized poison energy resembles that of the Terra Jewels.
So, no, it didn't come from outer space. It came from down in the depths.
Yeah. Or something like that. It also depends on where those crystals came from. Because that's the question. Did those crystals come from the asteroid, or did those crystals, or were they just underground? I think.
There's no asteroid, so there's no thought that there would be an asteroid.
Well, or whatever made the Great Crater. Because I thought that was the story was something struck the Great Crater. Or struck the
No,
mountain.
they've never explained it. A lot of the thought process is that the Great Crater was made by a blast from the Great Weapon from Gen 6. As the crystals inside it look a lot like the crystals that were made that made up the final weapon.
And that's also possible.
And considering when it drained energy, it turned Mons into stone and megastones. So the blast wave hitting it could have caused a chain reaction and made the crystals down there.
Either way, it's a very cool area. Anyway, but yeah, Glamet's great. Oh, next, Shroodle and Grafii. What are your votes?
They're a lot worse than I thought they'd be.
I think they're both meh. I like their designs. more Grafai than Trudel. I think my issue is they're just their stats don't back up what they are.
There's also this is another one of the mods that just does not look like it should evolve into what it evolves into at all.
Yeah, it doesn't. One's a fucking rat, the other one's a fucking monkey.
It's like how Caterpie looks more in the eyes like Venomoth in the end,
Yeah,
and Venomoth looks more like, and Venonat looks more like
they're
Butterfree.
free. Yeah. Like, you could say, oh, Cocoon and Evolution, whatever. This still doesn't excuse Venonat, but it can kind of excuse Butterfree. But this one just, you see in the eyes, and that's it. That's a rat to a monkey. Up next is Fido.
Eh.
Also, I just realized I put these fuckers in the wrong place. I think I think it's more meh. I just think it's basic. I like the idea that it's based off food again. I'm starting to really like their food-based mons. Like with Alchemy and Milcery to this. I like its next form a lot better though. That's the wrong tier again. God damn it. There we go. I think its next form, if it gets hit by a fire attack, it's immune plus boosts its defense because it's a defensive mon. It has an immunity to dragon type as well. Decent move set. I think it's good. I wish it got some form of reliable recovery though. Like actual recover or wish or some shit. But maybe in the future. Up next is
I love him. He's the best dog.
I forgot his name.
Mastiff.
Mastiff, okay. Now remember the second one. I like him. He reminds me of the dog I literally have. Mabostiff? I don't want to put Mabostiff in perfect or fantastic. I'll take whichever
Perfect.
one.
He's amazing.
He has a good, Arven's one has a good story in the game. On
He
top
has
of
a great hidden ability and a great
move,
signature move.
its design is just fantastic. It's kind of like a mob boss. I like the fact that it has all those pointed teeth as well, but it doesn't always show it. I think the mon's great. I love this thing. The Tumbleweed.
It's literally just a tumbleweed.
It's just there. There's literally nothing special about it. It's just there.
Mm-hmm.
Onto a mon that you had. Gimme Ghoul in its forms and evolution.
Eh. A single gimme goal is just meh or
Yeah.
lower, to be honest.
I don't think it's bad, it's just there.
The issue with regular gimme goal is it doesn't learn anything as it levels up, like at all. It's all TMs.
Yeah, that's true. At least you get a lot of them in this game, and it's not that bad.
And it's the only normal mon besides the starters that is fucking shiny locked.
This is shiny locked?
Yeah.
Oh, via encounters, you can still egg hunt it. Right?
No, altogether.
Oh, I heard someone say that you could actually egg hunt it.
Weird.
I mean, maybe.
It's not worth egg hunting though.
Yeah, because it's just an eye color change, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, not even a chest color change.
Could you imagine if that, chest became, black or a blue, just literally any other cool color?
Mm-hmm.
Goldingo.
I love him. He's amazing.
I think it's fantastic. I have one issue with it. He looks like a string cheese mascot. You can't deny it. Fucker looks like a string cheese mascot.
His stats almost rival legendaries, to be honest.
Oh, yeah, nah. I've come to the conclusion that a lot of they did really good with some of the stats of these mods.
Plus his personal move, base 120 power, special steel type move.
Yeah, and his ability is great as well.
Oh, his ability's amazing. He's broken as fuck.
Believe it or not, you actually don't see too much of him in competitive.
Because no one. Because everyone judges him by his look.
No, well, here, I'll tell you the reason why. Up next, the Paradox mods. Right there's your reason why he doesn't get used. These things are literally fucking broken. Almost every one of them. Almost every one of them. Starting off with Barney. I will not accept anything less than fantastic for both of them. Where's the other Barney? There's the other Barney. Barney is fantastic.
The Iron Dreads is not that amazing.
I think what it doesn't have in design, it makes up for in typing. I think that's the difference. One of them has a better typing, the other one has a better design. Because this one's weak to what? Rock, water, and fighting?
None of them are weak to rock. What the fuck are you talking
Or
about?
not rock, what the fuck? Water, fighting, and
Psychic.
ground. No, I'm talking about the steel version. I meant ground. I don't know why the fuck I said rock. Ground, water, and fighting is what this
It's
one's
weak
weak
to
to.
fire still.
Oh, and fire. This one is weak to flying, psychic, water,
And
grass.
grass.
I feel like there's one more that we're forgetting, but oh well. Ice, maybe. I don't know. I don't remember if fighting resist ice.
Let's see. Okay, so it's weak to 6 types.
Uh huh.
Flying, water, grass, psychic, ice, and fairy.
Okay, so yeah, that one has more weaknesses. The other one has less weaknesses, but its design's not as good. So I think they kind of balance out.
Meh. Let's keep going.
Yep. Up next, we have Brute Bonnet. What are your thoughts on him, Galen?
He's good. He's just. I don't know. He seems like he's in his emo phase.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense with him being a dark type. I wish he got, like. I don't know, he just
I wish
doesn't.
maybe the pattern had changed more to an ancient Pokeball type.
Yeah, or just change the red colors altogether. And I think it could have been cool to see it like be more of a purple or a dark brown or something, or just pure black. But I don't think it's bad.
Its shiny's really good.
I haven't seen it, so I'm gonna take your word for it. Sandy Shocks.
Eh, it's kind of lame. I'll be honest.
It's not. I think it's mad. I don't think it's bad. Its design's okay, but it's not as good as its counterpart, especially in terms of design. Screamtail.
It's Aiden's waifu.
I think this thing's good. I like its design. Psychic Fairy, we've seen it with things like Gardevoir. We know it's a decent type.
Isn't it only Gardevoir?
No. I think, Hatterene, or Hattrum's evolutionary line, whatever the fuck its
No,
name is.
I think that's pure fairy.
I thought it was pure Psychic, because I know it's Psychic type. Let's find out, shall we? It might be
No,
pure
because it's the
psychic.
ace of the fairy type gem. There can't be pure psychic. Yeah,
Okay.
no, it's psychic fairy.
I was going to say then it's psychic fairy. Oh, we also have Mr. Mime, Galarian Rapidash. Oh, Tapu Lele. I don't know how the fuck we forgot that one. So yeah, plenty of psychic fairy types, and I think they work. And this one is honestly probably the best one besides Tapu Lele and Mega Gardevoir. Up next, Fluttermane. You
It's
have
an interesting type, and an I don't know. I just don't feel like it changed enough from Mischievous.
it, and it grew spikes and its hair grew longer. I don't think it's bad because all of these things will be met or above because they're fucking broken. I just don't think it changed enough, and I think Mimikyu's just better.
However, it's one of the other ones that got banned.
Yeah, it's super strong. I just feel like Mimikyu does its job better. It can set up one attack boost versus or one special attack boost via its shit versus Mimikyu who can just fucking pop a swords dance. But its stats are higher, so I don't know. You can make the thing. I just don't like its design that much. Slitherwing.
It's interesting.
I think it's cool. It's bug fighting. I don't understand the fighting type. I honestly think it's fantastic. I like its design. I don't understand the fighting type though. Nothing about it screams fighting type. Like maybe ground I could have seen, but yeah, I don't see the fighting type in it.
I will say nothing about most of the future ones screams their types. So
Yeah, the only thing about the future ones is though is you have to look past the fact that they're all made out of metal. That's just the end result. You have to look past it.
I also hate that they're all called iron.
Me and you both. Finally, the last past one, Roaring Moon. I will not accept anything less than fantastic. This shit's broken. It's great. Good typing too, minus the fact that Uni.
Uni's here. He must be plugged.
Hey Uni, how you doing? Totally not about to plug you or anything. Is my nightbot working? We shall see. We're gonna hope it is. If not, I might have to manually plug Uni.
Just do it manually.
I gotta find Uni's thing. Yeah, my nightbot's broken right now. I'll fix it later. There's Uni's plug. We love Uni here. Uni deserves to be plugged. How are you doing, Uni? Also, as I was saying, yeah, Roaring Moon's fantastic. 590. It lost 10 though, and as opposed to Salamence in terms of base stat total, but with its ability, I think it more than makes up for it. Up next, the start of the Iron mods, the Moth.
I don't really like it.
I think it's good. It looks like a natural futuristic Volcarona. My issue is the fact that it's poison type. I don't like that. Fire poison without levitate is just ass. You're just asking for an earthquake. It also doesn't like take away any weaknesses, it just amplifies them. So like, yeah. Not the best, but I've been using it a lot for Screech and raids. Iron Hands is fantastic. We've seen Keegan's and how his is operate. It's kind of slow though, which is the biggest point against it, but the Hydreigon, Dark Flying, what are your thoughts?
It's alright.
I think it's good. I wish they would have changed more. I feel like some of them changed a lot, and then some of them basically didn't change at all.
Well, I think most of the future ones really didn't change that much.
I mean, I feel like the ones that really did change were the Iron Hands and then the ones coming up. The Tyranitar, Iron whatever the fuck.
Thorns.
Yeah, that one. I'm gonna put this thing in Fantastic. I don't think in competitive it's as good as the other ones, but its design I feel like is so much better. Easily. Looks kind of like a regular T-Tar, but there's enough changed up so you know it's not. The Penguin, I think it's good.
It's actually another one of the more broken ones.
Yeah, I know. The thing is while its design did change from Delibird, it didn't change enough. But it was still a really cool concept and gave some love to Delibird. I approve.
Yeah, JJ's a Delibird simp now, guys.
The best one, Iron Valiant, has to go in Fantastic. It's a mix between Gallade, Gardevoir, and then a metal variant on top of it. I love it. I think it also is a natural futuristic form. 10 out of 10. Okay, let's do the starters now, because this is where the fun gets to. Sprigatito. I'm gonna just say this now. I think, in terms of the baby starters, I think Quaxly's the worst. I think it's meh. I don't think it's bad. It's just the worst. Any disagreements?
No.
In terms of the middle ones, I love Flakokos. And I feel like Quaxly's is just another bad one. I think this is easily the worst part of all the starters. I don't like it. I don't like the fact that it looks like it has a giant fucking helmet on or whatever the fuck. I don't like that. The final forms. I'm gonna just go ahead and put this in Fantastic. Easily the best starter. Honestly, I think all the starters just go in Fantastic at the end. They're all broken in their own, not necessarily broken, but at least good in their own way. Skeledirge probably has the best design wise, leaving Meow Scarada like at last in terms of design, but none of their designs are bad. Their hidden abilities are okay to broken. Their moves are fucking all broken. They're all fantastic. So yeah. Now we get to the legends. The Disaster Quartet. What are your thoughts on the deer?
Mm, I I don't know. It's weird.
I hate how its horns look in comparison with the giant bowl. I think this one, despite it having like being cool, I think it's meh, but it's not bad. It's also more of a wall, but yeah. This is easily fantastic. The sword one is easily the best. It looks cool. Terrible typing defensively, but just like Weavile, it's a fast offensive mon. And its ability to lower the special or the physical defense of a mon that it's or any mon that's out against it when it swaps in or is in is just fucking stupid. What are your thoughts on the slug or snail?
It reminds me too much of Ethan.
I agree.
The fish is perfect though.
I think this one goes in meh. The fish I also think goes in fantastic. Just because I like the little yin yang on its eyes. The legendary debate: Coridon versus Maridon.
Both of them are actually pretty perfect, to be honest.
I think for what they represent, they both just go up in perfect. I will say Coridon is objectively better. If we're
Rhydon also has the better shiny.
yeah, one has a better shiny, the other one is better in competitive.
Rhydon shiny is all black. Anyway, that's it for the day.
Yeah. Here is our
Let's get
definitive list. Also, just yeah, obviously we don't actually have all like the absolute worst, but definitely one terrible one because it basically didn't change upon evolution. Some bad ones, namely looks at the squawk abilities because I think they're the worst defenders. Some really meh mons, but as you can see, we also have a lot of really good mons in this gen. So I think this was a decent generation. It wasn't any Gen 5, but wasn't as bad as some of the other gens.